Their love has crossed centuries, survived wars, and defied death itself. But as a new dawn rises, Jamie and Claire face the greatest test of all. The mist rolls across the rugged hills of Scotland, the ancient stones standing tall like silent witnesses of time. A single candle flickers in the darkness, its flame fighting against the cold night air, a symbol of hope that refuses to be extinguished. The camera sweeps through shadowed landscapes, the familiar stones at Cray na Dun, their presence heavy with mystery, and the echo of footsteps long past. It is here that Jamie and Claire's journey first began, a love story not written in ordinary years, but carved into the folds of time itself. We see flashes of memory, as if history itself is calling back. Claire's wide, uncertain eyes the first time she stumbled into Jamie's arms, Jamie's steady gaze, filled with loyalty and fire as he vowed to protect her at all costs. Every battle, every loss, every moment of joy and sorrow has been marked by their bond. Across the Scottish Highlands, through blood-stained battlefields, across oceans into the New World, through all of it, they stood as one. Their love became more than passion. It became a promise, one that not even time could break. But now, as dawn begins to break, the skies do not promise peace. Storm clouds gather on the horizon. The air feels heavy, charged with the weight of unspoken danger. Claire looks toward Jamie, her hand finding his, and though her eyes are strong, there is a shadow of fear she cannot hide. Jamie, ever steadfast, holds her hand tighter, as though his strength alone could shield her from what is to come. Their bond remains unshaken, but the whispers of fate suggest a new trial, one that threatens not just their lives, but the very essence of their eternal bond. In the distance, the sound of drums begins to rise. Slow, steady like the heartbeat of a coming war, the land remembers every battle that has scarred it, and it calls once more for sacrifice. As Jamie and Claire stand at the threshold of a new chapter, one truth shines brighter than all. No matter what awaits, their love is the fire that will guide them through the darkness. Unbreakable bond of the heart, and the relentless pull of fate. The past may be their foundation, but the future is now a storm racing toward them. The peace they carved out in the new world trembles beneath fragile ground. The whispers of unrest travel on the wind, voices calling for rebellion, soldiers preparing for war, and shadows of betrayal that creep ever closer. Claire feels it in her bones, the same way she once felt the stones hum with power. Time itself seems restless, as though history is warning them that their journey is far from over. Images flash like broken fragments of a dream. Jamie walking through a field where the tall grass bends in the wind, his hand brushing the blades as if saying goodbye. Claire kneeling beside her medical instruments, her face lit with determination, but shadowed by fear. The firelight flickering across their faces as they hold each other in silence, knowing words cannot protect them from what waits beyond tomorrow. Yet their bond is not only love, it is survival. Through every moment of pain, they have chosen each other. When the world demanded sacrifice, they gave it. When fate threatened to separate them, they fought against it. But now the threats are larger, the stakes higher, the lines between past and future thinner than ever. It is not only their lives at risk, but the lives of those they hold dear, family, friends, and generations yet to come. The drums that once echoed faintly now thunder louder, carrying the weight of an approaching battle. Fire consumes the horizon, soldiers march in formation, and cries of rebellion fill the air. In the middle of it all, Jamie and Claire stand together, unyielding, though their hearts ache with the knowledge of what is to come. And still, in their silence, there is a promise, a vow unspoken but eternal. No matter the blood spilled, no matter the darkness ahead, they will walk into it side by side, because theirs is not just a love story, it is a battle against time itself. The night grows heavier, and with it, the shadows lengthen. Danger does not come quietly. It roars like thunder, shaking the ground beneath their feet. The calm before the storm has ended, and now every heartbeat feels borrowed, every moment a fragile gift. Jamie sharpens his blade in silence, the firelight sparking across steel, while Claire gathers her instruments, knowing that the battles ahead will demand not only blood, but healing, sacrifice, and choices no heart should ever have to make. The world around them fractures. Families are torn apart by loyalty to crown or country. Neighbors whisper in fear, and the ground itself seems soaked with the memory of wars past. Yet through the chaos, Jamie and Claire remain fixed points. Two souls defying the storm, refusing to bend even as history itself tries to break them. Claire's hands tremble when she looks at the horizon. But when she turns to Jamie, her fear dissolves into fire. His eyes remind her of the truth. No matter what rises against them, love is their shield, and it has never failed. But love alone cannot silence the drums of war. Fires burn across the land. Soldiers march with merciless purpose, and the clash of steel rings in the distance. The storm is not coming, it is here, and every decision they make will carve their names deeper into history's pages. Do they fight to protect their family? Do they surrender to the tide of fate? Or do they dare once more to rewrite the course of destiny itself? Quick flashes slice through the silence. Jamie's sword raised high, Claire's cry echoing in the night, the glimmer of tears falling in firelight. The stone circle hums with an energy that will not be ignored, its ancient power pressing against time's fragile veil. A truth becomes clear. They are not only fighting for survival, they are fighting for the soul of their love. A bond stronger than death, but forever hunted by fate. And as lightning splits the sky, one question lingers in the air. Will eternal love be enough to survive the storm? When the storm breaks, silence returns. But it is not the same silence as before. It is heavy, filled with the weight of choices, sacrifices, and promises yet to be kept. Jamie and Claire stand at the edge of tomorrow, their silhouettes outlined by the glow of a fading sun. The battlefield, the fire, the cries of war. These all fade into memory, but the bond between them shines brighter than ever. Like a star refusing to die in the endless night, Claire's voice echoes softly, not in words spoken aloud, but in the fragile tremor of memory. No matter the years, no matter the battles, I will find you. Always. Jamie's answer comes not through speech, but through his gaze, unyielding, steady, eternal. Together, they have walked through centuries. Together, they have defied kings, crossed oceans, and stared down the cruel hands of time. And now, they prepare to face their final chapter, not with fear, but with the courage only love can give. The stones at Craig na Dun hum once more, their ancient song vibrating through the earth, reminding us that destiny is never silent. The wind carries whispers of what is to come, and in that whisper lies both hope and danger. Will the circle bring reunion or separation? Will love be enough to rewrite what history demands? Flashes return in fragments, the glow of firelight against Claire's tears, Jamie's hand reaching through the smoke, their fingers just brushing before the darkness swallows them whole. Then a sudden pause, silence. Breath held, the screen fades to black, and then a single line appears, slow, deliberate, unshakable. Outlander. Season 8. The Eternal Bond. As the words linger, a final heartbeat echoes in the silence, loud, powerful, and defiant. One last reminder that their story is not simply about surviving history. It is about rewriting it through love that refuses to end. But stories like theirs never truly end. Even as the sun sets on one chapter, the shadows whisper of another. Time itself bends where their love walks, as though the centuries refuse to close their book. The stones at Craig na Dun pulse faintly like a heartbeat in the earth, hinting that the threads of destiny are not yet tied. The question is not if Jamie and Claire's journey continues. It is how, and at what cost. A vision flickers. Claire alone in the mist, her hand reaching toward the stones, her voice trembling with words we cannot hear. Another glimpse. Jamie on horseback, the wind tearing through his hair as he rides into a storm, his face carved with determination, as though he already knows what waits beyond. These are not moments of the past. nor glimpses of the present. They are pieces of something more, a future tangled with mystery, where every choice may open a door or close it forever. The world around them feels fragile, like glass about to shatter. Friends who once stood beside them now walk paths of their own, their loyalties tested, their fates uncertain. The land cries out for peace, yet peace comes at a price none are willing to pay. And in the middle of it all, Jamie and Claire must decide. Is eternal love worth rewriting the future once more, even if it means tearing apart the fabric of time? The camera lingers on one final image, a hand pressed against stone. Not Jamie's, not Claire's, someone new. A mystery left unanswered. The stone circle glows brighter, humming like a song of fate. Then silence. The screen fades to black. One last whisper drifts into the darkness. Every ending is only the beginning. And with that, the eternal bond between Jamie and Claire is no longer just some love stories are bound to years. Others fade with time. But theirs, Jamie and Claire's, is carved into the marrow of history, written not on parchment, but in the hearts of all who have witnessed it. Legends do not belong to the past. They live, echoing through generations, whispered by stone, carried by wind, guarded by memory. Their bond has become more than two souls clinging to each other. It has become a fire that time itself cannot extinguish. The voice of history seems to murmur, "Remember them. Remember the Highlander who defied kings. Remember the healer who defied centuries. Remember the way love remade the world around them. For every war, every sacrifice, every loss only sharpened their flame. And even now, as fate stretches its hands once more, their story refuses to rest. It pushes forward, as if love itself cannot bear to be silenced." Images scatter across the screen like fragments of myth, the stones glowing with ancient energy, pages of a torn journal carried away by the wind, a child's voice laughing in the distance before fading into silence. And then, the soft touch of hands, the quiet glance of two lovers who know that eternity is not measured in time, but in moments lived together, no matter how fleeting. The final vision is not war, not loss, not pain. It is hope. A candle relit in the darkness, a single rose blooming through frost, a hand reaching out, met by another, fingers intertwining as if they were always meant to. And as the screen fades, the words rise like prophecy. Outlander, Season 8, Jamie and Claire's eternal bond. Not the end, but forever. The heartbeat returns one last time. Slow, steady, unstoppable. A reminder that while battles may end and chapters may close, legends like theirs never die. They live on in story, in memory, and in love. Story, it is the storm has passed, but its echo lingers. The world is scarred, yet in the ruins, something sacred remains. Jamie and Claire stand in silence, surrounded not by chaos, but by the stillness of eternity. The wind carries no drums of war now, only the soft hum of destiny, whispering that, even when history tries to erase them, love has already written their names in forever. Claire's eyes lift toward Jamie, her face weary but luminous, as if she carries both the weight of the past and the promise of tomorrow. Jamie steps closer, his shadow falling over hers, their hands meeting like they have countless times before, always at the edge of fate, always choosing each other. In that touch, there is no fear. There is only truth. They have already won, because no force of time can undo what their hearts have made eternal. The stones shimmer faintly in the distance, their song softer now, more like a lullaby than a call. They no longer represent danger or division, but possibility. A reminder that while endings are written, beginnings wait just beyond. For Jamie and Claire, this is not goodbye. It never has been. Every goodbye is only a bridge back to each other. The screen begins to fade into darkness, the imagery slowing to almost still frames. Jamie's hand brushing against Claire's cheek, Claire's eyes glistening with love, the two of them silhouetted against the last light of day. Their figures dissolve into shadow, but their presence does not leave. It lingers, warm and unyielding, like a heartbeat that cannot be silenced. And then, in the quiet, the final words appear across the screen, glowing against the black. Outlander, Season 8, the final chapter. Jamie and Claire's eternal bond. One last heartbeat echoes. Slow, deep, eternal. The screen cuts to black. The story of Jamie and Claire does not end here. It lives on, in every heart that dares to believe in love stronger than time. Legend still.